My name is Kirista Trask, and I am an abstract artist working in Astoria, Oregon. I actually came to Astoria via Portland and Eugene. I'm 7th generation Oregonian, and both sides of my family are very proud Oregonians. We love this state, and I am especially connected to the natural environment here. I don't know what came first, my love for the natural environment or my need to express myself creatively. Last year, I got to combine my family's experience here in Oregon with my love of art when I got a grant through RAC to produce a solo show exploring these topics. At the time, I lived half of my week in Portland and half of my week in Astoria. It qualified me for residency with the AVA, which is the Astoria Visual Arts, to work on my solo show for the grant. I spent the summer creating 12 paintings and 1 ceramic installation, exploring stories of trauma, survival, and resilience in 8 generations of women in my family. It was hard to see documented, the hard stories of the women in my family, but it was really beautiful to see how those stories were transformed. Unfortunately, during that time I went through a divorce and needed to make a decision about where I was going to live. I chose Astoria because it felt so much like the rural Oregon home I grew up in. My primary inspiration has been the natural environment. I love to create my paintings plein air so I can truly harness the energy of my experiences in the natural environment. I also love to document my experiences as I travel. It feels important to be truly present in those experiences, and painting helps me with that. My paintings are meant to be representative of the space between memory and dream, in hopes that we can spend a little extra time in that reflection. Then COVID hit. The gallery my studio was in closed down, and I had to find a new studio immediately. I was on the waiting list for a new studio in the Van Dusen building, but nothing was open yet. Glenn rented me a basement space to store my stuff, and once again, the AVA let me use the residency studio upstairs. After getting into the residency studio, I started to work on paintings that reflected the other side of COVID. I created tool extensions for all of my tools so that I could not stand any closer than 6 feet to my work. I put marks on the floor and began to work on a new series of work that explores social distancing. Those pieces are huge, many of them 4 foot by 3 foot, and juxtapose those tiny daily experiences in ways that really feel appropriate for the time we're living in. Like all hard things, good things often come from them. A space opened up in the Van Dusen building, and it's even better than I could have imagined. I am excited to move into a much larger production space with Audrey Long, as well as to be opening a new gallery in August. Cambium Gallery will focus on showcasing work from underrepresented artists. It will be an exciting place to experience unique projects that these artists are putting their whole self into. For more information about my work and to view my COVID series that is for sale, check out my website at kirista-trask.com. You can also follow me on all social media sites as Kirista Trask.